the pain, the bleeding, every single thing. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Martina, and over here we focus on self-care, self-development, and just becoming the woman of your dreams. So today we're just gonna focus on our road to becoming the woman of our dreams. What we're gonna do, what are we gonna implement, what we've been doing, and how we're gonna get to that stage in our life. I feel like for me, becoming the woman of my dream is an ongoing journey. Right now, I'm at the stage where I'm a mother of four. So just even juggling the idea of being a mother of four kids, four, ah, like a few years ago, I only had one child. So now, just being a mother of four and taking care of these four people who are so different, so unique in their own ways, it's complicated, it's hard, it's stressful, it's demanding. And don't get me started on being a young professional as well in my career. So all that is a challenge within itself. But just to find that balance, to make sure that I'm pouring into myself, to make sure I'm pouring into my kids, to make sure I'm pouring into my family, to make sure I am there 24/7 for them, but also not neglect myself and my needs. It's difficult to do. That's where we start to struggle. So finding a balance and ensuring that we are focused on things that bring us happiness, things that make life worth living. Instead of backtracking, try to move forward and see, okay, this is the where I'm at in my life. How can I make it work for me? How can I use this stage of my life to my advantage to make sure that I am receiving everything that I need, everything that I deserve in this stage of my life? I am receiving it. And finding your best self and finding yourself looks different for everybody. And for me, like I said before, for a long time, I only had one child. Then all of a sudden, one, two, three, all together, back to back, 3 years in a row. If looking back at it now, being in my 30s, I'm 35. Looking back at it now, if you would say, tell me to do it again, have kids back to back, one, one, not even a year apart, back to back. I have three under three right now. I would say hell no. Honestly, I feel like it takes so much out of you. It took a toll on your body physically. It took a toll on you mentally, emotionally. When I when I was done having my when I had my son 4 months ago, that's the lowest I ever been since I started having my children. The other two back to back, it was fine. But when I had him, I wasn't myself physically, I wasn't myself emotionally, I wasn't myself intellectually, even spiritually. I was to my point where it's like I was to the point where it was like, okay, postpartum is no joke. I was to the point where I don't even like myself. I questioned like why, what am I doing? What is my purpose? I had a constant questioning myself. I used to question myself constantly. What is my purpose? Why am I doing all this? Even though I have like these four beautiful children that I love dearly, but just how I was feeling. When people say like take care of yourself, make sure you're attending to yourself once you have your baby, I cannot stress that enough. I cannot stress how important that is. That aftercare. Making sure your mental is good, making sure your physical is good, making sure you pour into yourself. Because for those who are not strong enough, that could end differently, way different. And having a strong support system. My when I had my baby, my mom was here. She comes over. She took a couple of weeks off from work just to help us and make sure I was good, take care of the baby, taking care of me, taking care of the other kids as well. So I really, I, I appreciate her so much for that, because I cannot stress enough how important having a tribe, having a support system is, especially when you're going through something like that. I'm telling you, certain times I will wake up, my body, I'll be in so much pain, so much pain, so much pain. And just to be transparent with you guys, I have a history of blood clots. So that was one of the things that really set me back when I had my fourth baby. When I had him, it was like, oh, it's a risk for this and that and that. And you know me, I'm a prayerful person. I just kept praying, like, God, you take me through this, every single thing. Every single day I would pray, I would pray that everything was going to be okay. And everything was. Everything went great. The delivery process went great, but it's the after the delivery, the recovery process now. That was the one that really, really set me back, because the pain, I cannot tell you, the pain, the pain. And I'm not the type of person when I just have a baby to just sit down. I don't know how to sit down. Even without having a baby, I don't know how to sit down in general. I'm constantly doing something, doing something, doing something. My love language is service, so I'm constantly like making sure everybody's okay. So for me to make sure I'm okay, no, no. Always put myself on the back burner. So when I just had a baby and that was what I was doing, I was constantly moving around. My mom would be like, Martina, sit down, go lay down. I'm here. But nope, walking back and forth. And when I tell you, going up them stairs, my pain, the bleeding, every single thing, I really, really experienced it. I really experienced it postpartum, and that woke me up. That woke me up. That was my sign. You know what, girl? Time to focus on your self care. It's time to focus on yourself, because if this is not gonna wake you up, this pain right here, you barely walking up the stairs, you almost falling down, crying. If it's not gonna wake you up, I don't know what is. So from there on, decided to start working on myself. Yeah, I decided to start putting myself first. And sometimes as women, once we start focusing on ourselves more, other people who's around us, they consider that to be selfish, or you're too vain, you're into yourself too much. No, it's not selfish. Self-care is never selfish. If I'm constantly pouring into everybody else and nobody else is pouring into me, or I'm pouring into other people and I just don't have time to myself when it comes to things I want to do, things that makes me feel good, things that make me feel like I love myself, I cherish myself. If I'm not doing that for myself, then what's the point? And again, happiness begins with yourself. If you can't make yourself happy, nobody else can make you happy. No matter how that man loves you, no matter how much your family loves you, no matter how your children love you, if you are not able to make yourself happy inside and out, no matter what anybody else do, you'll never be happy. And that's why I had to come to the realization, like, Martina, yeah, it's time. It's time. And I'm an advocate for making sure that you are taking care of yourself, making sure that whatever you need, you're getting it. Your needs are being met. And after having my son, that just put everything into perspective. And moving forward, I told myself, moving forward, my life, my life, I'm gonna live it to the fullest, and I'm gonna make sure that I prioritize myself. I prioritize what I want to do and how I want to live. I'm gonna do that. And again, we're on this journey together to find ourselves. I haven't fully transformed into the woman of my dreams. I'm on a journey too, and I want you guys to be on this journey with me too. Let's become the women of our dreams together. Let's become let's become our higher self together. So this journey is not just for me, it's for you guys as well. We are in this together. If you're a mother, welcome. If you're not a mother, welcome. If you're new to this channel, welcome.